So I'm just going to run through a quick test of setting up a promotion and sending it out. Give the promotion a name. Description is just for internal use only. Minimum order amount, I think that's obvious. If you want to make it where they have to spend so much money in order to use it. Valid up to is when it's going to expire. So let's just say end of this month. And then the coupon types, you have two main types. Private, that means it's going to email out to users that have registered on the site and have an email address in the system. Or public is where it'll just be, like a global code or a common code that can be put up in a banner, or it could be put in a Google AdWords listing or something like that, that anybody that gets their hands on it can basically come use it. Then within each of these, you can define if it's going to be a single use. So once that user or IP address uses it, they can't use it again. Or then limited is where they can repeatedly use it up until the expiration date. So in this one, we will just go ahead and do a public single use. In this case, total coupons doesn't matter. The only time total coupons matters is when you're doing a private one. And honestly, this is kind of a useless setting. Eventually, want to get rid of it. It's just literally saying like how many individual coupons up to do you want to be able to allow it to send out. So I always just recommend putting 999 in there. So actually, let's go ahead and stick with a private one. Let's save that. Then you're going to get the next section that's going to allow you to add in, different discount amounts if you want to do different tiers, or you can just do, one. So you could just do something like from 25 to 9999. You wanted to give a 10% discount, or you can even do a fixed percent. Then if you wanted to add tiers here, say maybe from 25 to 50, you gave a 10%, and then 50 to 200, you wanted to give a 20%, and so on and so forth. So you have to click save here. Kind of silly, but that's just putting that into the database. And then down here is the qualifying parts. Admittedly, we need to update all this area, but they should be able to add it by brand. Line code doesn't really matter for the DCI catalog, so that doesn't really make sense. Or the actual part numbers. And you can do it one or the other way. So if you're just needing to exclude, you want it good for everything except for a small handful of parts, then it'd be easier just to put those part numbers in and say leave it to for anything except the following parts. Otherwise, if you have the coupon only good for maybe a smaller subset of parts, then you would say only for the following parts and add those 20 parts that it's good for or whatever. Or the brand. Honestly, I've not tested this, but if that's not working, we could definitely get it working. Again, catalog categories, this is actually based on the Epicor catalog, so we just get rid of that, or don't really use that here. And then the same for the qualifying customers. Since these are B2C sites, all these sites only have one account, which is the retail account, so this really isn't useful in this particular type of website. So you can just go ahead and click save for the last time, and now you have it here on your main grid. You'll notice the ones that say, or the private ones are called, they'll have issue, and then the public ones will just say publish. Looks like he has one, so I'll just show you what that looks like. Just click that publish link, and he's got a promo code here. So Chat5, and as soon as you save that, then anybody that gets their hands on Chat5 can come to the site and get their discount. Versus my private one, if I click issue, then I'm going to be in the screen where I can search customers. Again, this one doesn't really matter. They might use, like, if anybody's like logged in after a certain day, or they've ordered a certain amount, or ordered within a certain date range. Otherwise, you can just click show, leave everything empty, and that's going to pull all the registered users on the site. And you could pick and choose or select them all, and however you need to do it. So click send coupons, and this is going to give us an option to pick one of our 3 promo templates that they can manage under the email template section of the site. And it's just so you have 3 options. You can tailor, one might be like your standard basic one, and maybe you customize the second one for a really specific promotion that you got going on in the next month, and maybe this one is like a newsletter or something even. You don't even have to send out a coupon code, because really all it's going to do is just use whatever's in that email template. So if we pick a template, we click go, we can see it, preview of it. It's just a generic one. And then when I click send mail, it's going to actually send, in theory, out to me. So ignore that part. I will get that looked at.